Hello everyone, my name is Matt and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I want to talk about Nanjing's metro system. They actually just opened up a new station about 1,000 meters from my house. So this is actually my first time walking there. I came back home using the new line, which is called Line 5, a few days ago. And I just want to quickly talk about Nanjing's metro because it has expanded so much since I moved to Nanjing. So I moved to Nanjing in July 2014. I think it was like July 1st or July 2nd, right around my birthday, which is July 3rd. And I was actually just checking the internet to make sure my information is correct, because when I moved to Nanjing, I remember there being two lines downtown, but actually there were 4 lines in Nanjing. 2 of them opened on July 1st, 2014, so literally the week that I moved to Nanjing. So there were actually 4 lines when I moved to Nanjing, but the 2 new lines were like outside the city. They were not downtown, so I don't think I ever rode them like in my first few years. I don't even know if I ever rode them, to be honest. So there was 2 lines downtown, line 1 and line 2. They kind of like formed a T through the middle of the city, and the other 2 lines are far out. And then I think in September they opened a 5th line, but again it was not downtown. So in my mind there were really 2 lines in Nanjing, and then the other 3 lines were kind of outside the city. I think one went to the airport, and the other 2, like maybe one went across the river or something, I'm not exactly sure. But now there are 13 lines, which is just crazy. And I think there's supposed to be 22 eventually. So yeah, it's quite remarkable how quickly the metro system here in Nanjing has expanded. I'm actually walking the wrong way. I made a wrong turn, not paying attention. So yeah, my community is huge. All these high-rise apartments. So yeah, today I'm just gonna walk from my apartment complex to this new metro line 5, and I'm gonna take you guys along with me. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do and have anything you want to say, don't forget to leave a comment below. Alright, so I'm just leaving my apartment complex now. There is a ton of stuff right outside my apartment complex, a ton of restaurants and fruit stands and convenience stores. It's really busy over here. To be honest, I never really come out the side unless I'm gonna buy like dumplings or something, which is not that often. Normally I go the other way. I go out the other entrance. There are 2 other entrances, and I live right along the Yangtze River, so normally I go out the entrance that is like next to the river, because I'm gonna go for a run, or when I'm going to work, I hop on a bicycle and ride along the river. So I never really come out this way. But now that there's this new metro station here, I'm gonna be using it a lot. So I'm definitely gonna be walking this way pretty often. I'll probably normally just hop on a bike because it's 1,000 meters. On a bike, it's like 5 minutes. Walking, it'll be maybe 20 minutes. Normally when I go downtown, like I'm doing right now, I would go out the other entrance, hop on a bike, and ride along the river. And it's like maybe a 2-mile bike ride, and I can get on line 4, which will take me right to where I'm always going, which is where I used to actually live, just downtown. So line 4, they were building that line for a bunch of years. When I came back to Nanjing in 2017, because I left for a year in 2016, it was done. And that changed everything once there was that line there, because it made everything much more convenient. So I'm so used to, like, I depend on the metro. I use the metro more than I use taxis and bicycles even. I'm always getting on off the metro. It's super convenient and it's super cheap. It costs like, I can't remember if it's 1.5 RMB is like the cheapest fare, because it depends how far you're going. Maybe it's 2 RMB now, but either way, it's like incredibly cheap. to use it, so you can go everywhere on it. And yeah, I'm so excited that there's a new station over here, because that means that when like me and Xiao want to take Celia, our daughter, somewhere, we can just push her in her stroller all the way to the metro. It's super convenient. So they are doing some sort of construction across the street here. I'm not sure if they're building a tunnel or what the deal is. There's always some sort of construction, it seems. So there's actually more than one way. I could go that way, but I'm gonna wait here at the light and go straight. I think this road does not look that, looks like there's gonna be bikes and stuff coming down. So we're gonna go straight this way and check it out. It's much calmer once we get across this road. You know, Nanjing is so big that before we moved over here, like, I never came over here ever. Like, there's just so many little areas of the city that I've never explored, and it's fun to just go out and see what else is out there. There's a Starbucks there. I've never been there before. You know, for years, well, I've lived in China for many years now. People ask me out, I say like 10 years because I left for a year, but really now it's like 11, almost 12. And because I've lived here for so long, it's hard for me to sometimes know what is new and interesting, or just interesting in general to a foreigner or someone who's never been to China, because so much of this it feels like just like normal life to me. But now, after being, like, I went home to America for a few months, and yeah, now I know like all the new tech that the US has, and I can kind of compare it to the new tech that's here. And I'm not just saying this, but like, China does seem to be at the forefront of a lot of different technologies. They just get them out really quickly. Like, they just get everything done super fast. So a lot of times, like in the States, it feels like stuff takes a long time to not be developed, but because of regulations and stuff, to actually be released. Where in China, it just feels like when they want something, it gets pushed really quickly, and they just end up having a lot of really advanced stuff super quickly. And I always try to imagine it from, you know, a Chinese person's perspective who grew up here. The changes have to be just massive. So I've never actually walked this way before. When I came home the other day, I walked on a road adjacent to this one. So this is quite interesting across the street there. Not sure exactly what that is. But yeah, it's always nice to go out and explore. This looks like a primary school right here. So all the grandparents coming to get their kids or grandkids. So yeah, what I wanted to talk about was just how quickly the metro system has expanded. Because, you know, in the States, like for example, New York City, like they talk about building a new metro line, and like for like a whole decade, and then like it never actually gets built, or like there's a bunch of stories like that, or like trains, high-speed rail in California that has been in development for like 15 years and still like they haven't finished it. Where like I know that in Yangzhou, where my mother and father-in-law live, just like I feel like a year ago I started seeing like that they were building like a new high-speed rail, and my father-in-law just told me that part of it's already done. Because when we go out to the countryside, to the village where he grew up, like you can see like the bridges and like because it's like a raised line. The rail is like, it's not at ground level, because it's going over like fields and stuff. It's raised up. So like they literally build it on stilts, like the entire way, it seems. And I saw a bunch of the like the platforms and stuff they were building, and I asked them about it. And now like a big section of it's already done. So I'm like, wow, it really, like the pace is just insane. It's already done. And the metro, same thing. Like, you know, for a while it was a metro station being built. I think it was line 7 being built next to where we lived a few years ago, and it never actually opened while we were there. And because I saw it every morning, like the balcony outside my bedroom, like I could see it being built. And the whole year that we lived in that location, it was under construction. So it felt like it was forever. Like it never actually opened while we were there. But then I realized, like, I think they just started construction of it probably like maybe 6 months or something before we moved in. And then they finished it, like, it took a few years, obviously, you know, because they're building an entire metro line. It's got like, you know, 20 stations, and it goes across the entire city. So it's a huge project, but they finished it in like, I think like 4 years or something, which is a really fast pace. And they're not just building that single line. They were building, that's line 7. The line I'm going to now is line 5. They were building them simultaneously. And there's also line 9, which is under construction, I think. I believe it's line 9. And like those are just the lines that are in this part of the city, or come through this part of the city, that I'm aware of. But I know there are a bunch of other lines that are under construction as well. So it's crazy. And it's always cool to have a new metro line, because it opens up so many more options for exploring the city. You know, because riding the metro is, it's cheap, it's fast, it's safe. It makes everything so much easier. So we're almost there now. Like this is the I can already see it. This is the circle where it's at. And yeah, there's a little mall here. Oh, there's an entrance right here. I was looking at the one across the street, because there's another entrance there. Yeah, so we're already here. I don't even think that was 20 minutes to check. I think according to Baidu maps, it should take 20 or 25 minutes, but I'm not sure, you know, the pace of the person they're saying will take 25 minutes. I do not think it was 25 minutes. Let me check my watch. I think it was like 15, maybe. So yeah, there's a Starbucks here. And I'm just taking a little walk inside real quick. There's a little mall here as well. I've never been in. Like I said, there's other construction going on over there. I don't know what that is. Let's get some air conditioning real quick. It's like 92 or 93 degrees and humid. It's yeah, really nice. Burger King. Okay. Pretty nice mall. There's so many malls in Nanjing. It's crazy. Like, it's so. Oh wow! I actually made a video about that tea place a few years ago. It was like a big deal when that opened. So one day I'll have to come back here and actually walk around and check it out. Maybe there's restaurants worth trying upstairs. But let's go down into the metro. And one cool thing about like going into a new metro line is that they always bring like the latest technology. So line 4 and line 3 opened up in 2017, and they were more high tech than the other lines that were downtown, like line 1 and line 2. And this line's even more high tech than those lines. They brought like the latest tech with them. So let's go check it out. So this station's called Xiaguan, which is the closest station to this boat terminal that goes across the Yangtze, and so it's named after that spot. Because if you're coming here to Nanjing and you're gonna go visit that spot, 'cause it's kind of a tourist spot, you know. this station. So yeah, it's a yellow line. Super clean, modern. Yeah, so it's super nice. So in Nanjing, when you ride the metro, well, I use my phone, but you can buy a ticket with that machine, but I don't have to do anything. I just put my phone up to the turnstile and it automatically, well, it knows I have money on my card. So I gotta go through security here. Look at you. This machine itself is even more high-tech than the ones at the other stations, brand new. And here it is. So yeah, everything's different. Even these turnstiles look different and have like a machine there. All I need to do is hold my phone, and it knows. Yeah, I noticed this the other day. It's really cool. And it's actually like real brick. It's really nice design here. Every metro station has like its own design, and upstairs, I didn't see it in this station, but other stations will have like different designs on the walls. They'll hire like artists to come in and like design murals and all sorts of stuff. And this station, well, not this station, this line, line 5 and line 7, the two newest stations have, it's all digital, shows you where the train is, which line 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 don't have this. Maybe they'll update it, but right now they don't have it. So you can see how many lines there are, or how many stations there are. And this line intersects with line 7, line 4. Just took away the thing. Goes all the way downtown though. Take a quick walk around the station.
Please wait in line and wait for passengers to exit the train before boarding.
Yeah, so it's nice, it's clean. Yeah. Here comes the train. Oh wow, actually, so the train itself has different sections have different temperatures. The train. So if you don't want it that cold, you can go in the front or the back of the train. It's not that cold, and then in the middle, it's colder. There you go. Train. This one's so bright because it's yellow. So you can see how many stops there are. Right now we are here, and it's actually going to be a transfer station, I think to line 9. So once that opens, we'll remove this sticker, and behind it will show like line 9. You can transfer there. There's line 7 transfer, line 4. This is actually where I'm going right now. You can go to line 2, line 1, line 3. Another intersection with line 1, another intersection with line 3, and then there's S1. S1 is one of the ones that opened up right after I moved to Nanjing. I'll find a seat.
This is the train to Fengjian Station.
Let's check the English. No using loudspeakers, no pets allowed, no chasing and frolicking. No littering. Please offer your seat to anyone in need. It's pretty good, except for frolicking. It's a little bit strange to say. So just now I was filming, not even paying attention. I got on going the wrong way. I only rode one stop, but I went the wrong way. So I should be going this way. I rode one stop the wrong way. No big deal. It's only like, I think, 2 minutes or something, but I just realized, I was looking up, I'm like, I think I'm going the wrong way. But it happens from time to time. So I'm gonna have to wait for train going the opposite direction. And it's funny because, like, being someone who rides the metro all the time, I know places around the city based on like what metro station is near them, you know. And so a lot of these places I'm not familiar with because like they'll probably take me to neighborhoods I've never been to. Some of them I know, like Wu Taishan or Shanghai Lu, Sunshine Jie, Fuzimiao, like I know. But then a bunch of other ones I'm like, never heard of it, don't know it, you know. So opens up a lot of options for exploring the city. Let's see how many actual stations there are on this line since I have a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 stations. So I mean, yeah, it's a huge engineering and construction project. And like I said, right now, or while they're building line 5, they were also building line 7, which just opened a few months ago, and line 9, which is not completed yet. Both of them are probably similar length. So anyway, let's wait for this train going back the other direction. So that was about 15 minutes. Yeah. Most Chinese people don't walk on the escalators, they stand there. You can see. I always walk up. I'm not sure if it's actually dangerous or not, but I just can't stand on a moving walkway. So here is a map of the surrounding area. I lived over here for years. When I first moved to Nanjing, neither one of these, like this whole station wasn't here. Line 4 wasn't here, and obviously the new line 5 wasn't here. So I used to have to walk through Nanjing University to Gulo every morning, which was it was a nice walk in the morning, but it was much nicer once they opened line 4. Made everything much more convenient for me. See, standing on the right is not a thing in China either, so most people will just walk onto the escalator, stop and block the whole way, which if you're in a rush can be frustrating, but I'm not in a rush. I normally don't really care, I'm used to it. Anyway, I'm here. So this whole intersection is now open. This was a major construction site for years because in like 2015 they started building line 4. This whole side was under construction, and then they started building line 5, and that whole side was under construction. Finally, looks like a normal intersection again. So, yeah, I lived right over here for three years. So China is changing very rapidly. Anyway, I'm gonna end the video here. Hope you guys thought this was interesting. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe to this channel and leave a comment below if you have anything to say. I will see everyone in the next one.